Yes, no, maybe so. I just updated the app too. Okay. Well, I'm back. You are so good. What's up, Snow? Thank you, Bipolar Beauty. You motherfucker Cheeto puff, baby. What's up, Miss Benita? What's up, Ernest? They are good and they're fresh. Not your Tala eating these Aries. My day is good. What's up, Piccadilly? It's lunchtime. What's up, Lenore? So you working hard? Give me some money. Ernest. You got some money? Oh, hold on. Not your Coco. Did you call your baby Coco Felon? You said you put your Coco Felon down for a nap? Not the baby. Not too much on the baby, okay? What's up, Royal? Tiny babies are so cute. I love babies. I motherfucking love babies. I love holding them. I love babies. Ooh. Maybe I should have a baby. Let me find a husband first. Mr. Right? He said, let me join. Who the fuck is you? Hold on. Let me see who that is. Hold on. Let me see who that is.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that bank.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That bank heist video went viral? I didn't even know it went viral. Yo, that bank heist video almost hit 1 million views. Y'all might as well call me a millionaire, because the way I be hitting these millions of views, like I'm hitting licks for a living, is crazy. The way I be hitting these millions of views, like I'm hitting licks, is fucking crazy. It just popped up. My own video popped up on my FYP. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me turn the volume down. Okay. Let me join. Let me block you, Mr. Right now. I don't know you, honey. How you gonna strong arm your way into somebody's lap? Baby, I don't know you. I don't know. Where Petty at? I don't fucking know you. Talking about let me join. Nigga, I don't know you. Shit. What's up, April? Viral is based off of how many followers you have. So if you have like 20,000 followers and your video hits 50,000 views, that is considered viral for your size account. That's considered viral for your size account. On me, on one of my pages, I have 500,000 followers. On this page, I have 560,000 followers, I think. So 1 million views is viral to me. For me, it is. For me, it is. But I like a good ultra viral moment. Y'all, I finally hit 1 million likes on one of my videos. That was my goal for 2024, to hit 1 million likes. And I hit 1.2 million likes on a video I just posted this month. I'm so proud of myself. Hello?
You got an echo still?
Do I have an echo?
I don't hear nothing.
I don't hear nothing. I updated the app.
Okay. What you want? Okay, shut it up. Okay. So I did not say anything negative about Trip. All I did was state the facts, right? She said that she was not going to provide protection for anybody, so don't nobody need to come and ask her for protection.
Now let me ask you a question about that protector. What did that mean? Was that like a talking point for that meeting? That coalition?
Well, well, one of the people brought up that certain creators we don't need to be engaging with, and that was some of the creators that do docs.
Mm-hmm.
It was two creators that was
I'll
mentioned.
mention their names.
That right, I'm not that do docs.
Mm-hmm.
And and her point was to say that, just because you have an issue with somebody, that doesn't mean that I have an issue with them. So I don't want to say I'm gonna block somebody just because you had an issue.
Yeah. Okay.
So
That's fair
then that's
though.
when she
That's fair.
it is. It is. Um, so nobody faulted her for that. We heard her out, we heard what she said, and we took it as it was. But she said that, don't come to her looking for protection. She don't need protecting. She don't need nobody to do nothing for her.
Yeah.
If you get out here and you run your mouth and you get into it with somebody, you ought to be big enough to take care of yourself, because she not coming to get nobody up off your back.
And
She
she's right
stated
about
that
that.
she stated that she doesn't dox. She doesn't put people up in her people's children up. Thank you. Up in her background. She don't do none of that. So
Mm-hmm.
the stuff with the lady that you mentioned earlier, the lady was actively looking for her address to give to somebody else, looking for
Now,
her real name.
did Trip ever have an issue with Kiana before Kiana decided to do that?
To my knowledge, no.
Now, I'm playing devil's advocate. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So in the during the coalition, Tripp said, if you out here running your mouth and these and people do all this what's wooty woo to you, don't come looking for me to come and save you. But
Mm-hmm.
technically, Tripp did nothing to Kiana, and Kiana did all that wild and crazy stuff toward her. So, wouldn't it be fair to have helped Trip in that situation? Like, you know what I mean? Because I believe it began when Kiana had said something in a comment section, like, I got her, or I got her this, or I'm gonna skip trace her, or something of that weird nature. And I think people were like, what the fuck does that mean? And who is this lady? So,
Shut me up.
wouldn't it just to play devil's advocate, wouldn't the situation that Trip had with that Kiana lady have triggered people to want to come to her defense regardless of what she had stated during the coalition?
But here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
This is where Trip initially fell out with me. Is because she wanted people to do something. She wanted people to call the Georgia Real Estate Commission on that lady,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kappa said she was not going to call. She didn't say she wasn't going to help. She said she wasn't going to call because she don't mess with people money like that.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say she wasn't going to help. She said she wasn't going to call. I said I wasn't going to call because number one, I'm on the inside. So what clients and consumers do, I have different routes on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I said. So I never said that I wasn't going to do anything or to try to assist Trip. I never said that. But she took that we said we're not going to call. She took that as we don't care about her. We weren't going to try to help her. We don't stand for nothing. All of this because we said we weren't going to do one particular thing. She never had a conversation with us to say, hey, I know you said you wasn't going to do this, but are you going to do anything? Or what did you mean by that? She
Mm-hmm.
never had a conversation with us.
Mm-hmm.
So she took that and went on the war path, talking trash about me, Kappa, all of that, because we said we weren't going to do one particular thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? I never went on bad about Trip. I never did any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then later on, I can't remember whose live it was. She said that she probably owes me an apology because I didn't do anything to her. And she realized that she jumped the gun. I said I wasn't going to do what everybody else was doing because I'm on the inside. But
Okay.
she never gave an apology. She just said that on somebody else's live that she does owe me an apology, but she never gave it. That's neither here nor there. But then we get this stuff with Miss Nitra.
Okay. Now, how did
And
that begin?
because of that same lady, because Miss Nitra said that she wasn't going to get in the middle of it. She liked the lady and she liked Trip, so she wasn't going to get in the middle of it. At least that's what I was told. That's where it started. So the same way she did me and Kappa, because we said we weren't going to do one thing, when Miss Nitra said she wasn't going to get in the middle of it, boom, now you got to
So
get attacked too.
did anyone ask, did anybody reach out to Trip to, like, I don't want to say build a coalition, but like brainstorm, like, look, this lady, Kiana, quote unquote, is probably got a couple screws loose. Should we, how would you like us to assist you? And here are our non-negotiables. Like, we're not going to call her job, but how else would you like us to assist you with this lady? Did anybody ever reach out to Trip privately and just ask her how she wanted
I
assistance?
did, and she
Okay.
would not return my call.
Okay. Okay.
I did. I reached out to her. She would not return my call. But at the same time, she just said she's not providing any type of anything for anybody. So if we take her lead, then we just need to,
But
because
technically, she didn't. I'm just trying to be fair because technically Trip didn't do anything to Kiana. So I feel like in this situation, I know it's like splitting hairs, but technically Trip didn't trigger anything in Kiana other than Kiana possibly having screws loose. So I feel like shouldn't Trip should have been extended in this one circumstance an olive branch of help because it's not like she was on a warpath against this lady and this
but
lady.
nobody said we weren't going to help her. We just said we weren't going to do that one thing.
Okay, so
And it took off from there.
Trip is in the comments. She said, I blocked Kiana. Kiana started trying to pay for my address. Okay, so that's how it
Yes.
began because you blocked her. Okay.
Yes. Now that's what I thought too. To my
To
knowledge,
me, I
she
feel
had
like,
no interaction with her before.
right. So when Trip says, if y'all go off cussing people out,
Girl, go on somewhere now. Cause she didn't ask me to come up here and be nice. Go on somewhere.
okay, Trip, I, I
Cause
can't.
I don't gotta change my story because at the end of the day, it makes me know never mind because I already did what I'm gonna do. So it makes me know never mind what the story is, so therefore I don't have to lie.
Yes. So,
I'm talking to you, Bookie Butt.
okay, Petty, please. Now, come on now. I can't, you know, I can't have the arguing in the back and forth. I just
I'm
wanted to
I'm
hear.
not I'm not arguing. I'm not. I
I'm more
just
than happy
answered
to
a
let Trip up
question.
here when you're done.
I
But
I I answered the question.
okay.
She said who she talking to,
And Trip, you're more
and
than
I just answered the question. That's all. Okay.
okay.
Now, see the thing about it is, people think they have a gotcha moment. Everybody want to talk about, oh, she called and got your license released. Baby, I can pull up the email with my broker 3 weeks before that. We had a conversation about me going inactive. Why? Because I ain't did no continuing education for this year, and I have not paid board dues this year. If you do not do those things, you have to go inactive. We already talked about that. So for her calling my broker and my broker calling me, okay, go ahead and put me inactive. I was going inactive anyway. We already had that conversation. I had already told everybody else that already. I'm about to go inactive because I ain't did no continuing education and I ain't paid my board dues. I can send you the email where the board said you haven't paid your dues yet. So you're going to have to reapply. All of this before that. I don't understand why people be thinking they got a gotcha moment. When baby, I go inactive all the time.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
But anyway, okay. So now we're to the point of I had to address something that was said. So Trip went live on Bigo and said that she's going to look for my cousin. She's willing to pay for my address, right? Okay. She's willing to pay to get my address so that she can dox me. After you just cried about Kiana trying to do that and you got mad at people because you thought people were not going to take your side and stick up for you. Now you turn around and do that same exact thing.
Is that true, Trip? Trip, I want to hear from Trip. I do. I want to hear
It's
from her.
true. The video is up. The video is up on Instagram.
How do we solve this? Because I like you and Trip. So I just want to
I
know.
mean, and guess what? I don't have no qualms about that. You can talk to Trip all day long. It's not gonna affect my relationship with you. Whether you and I've always been like that. My relationship with you ain't got nothing to do with your relationship with somebody else. So you can like her and like me, and me and her not like each other. It does not affect anything for me. So, I mean, it really don't matter to me. You can have her up on your panel here. Y'all can go to DR next week together if you want to, and go swim with the turtles and the pigs. Baby, for all okay. It really.
There wasn't no turtles though when we were there. There was no turtles. They said
Well, I'm gonna help y'all find some turtles and some pigs and all
riding
of that kind of
horses.
stuff. I'm just saying it does not make a difference to me because my relationship with you it's not predicated on nobody else except for
I
me
just
and
I
you.
just feel like a lot of this could have been resolved because and I don't really know Kiana. I've seen her over here in the comments. I don't really know her, but I know what she did to Trip, and this is my personal opinion, seemed foul as fuck, right? Like I don't know
Yes, and
why.
I said that. Thus, that's why she attacked me
Yeah,
because I said it was wrong. So
yeah,
I got attacked on behalf of Trip,
yeah,
and then Trip turned around and attacked me,
yeah,
which makes no sense.
yeah. I just feel like because of that miscommunication, right? Like because that miscommunication of like it's always miscommunication. That's always what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's always a miscommunication that I feel like as adult black women we could solve. Like we can solve
Mm,
this, and
I
I would.
believe this is not a miscommunication because I communicated very well that
Yeah.
I was not going to call the number that was plastered for people to call because I'm on the inside. I don't have to do that. I have other means of doing what needs to be done. I was very clear when I said that. So there was no miscommunication. It was the point of I wasn't doing what Trip wanted me to do.
I wonder if Trip is still here. I want to like I just want I just feel like the summer's coming and we all can just like get along, and you know what I mean? I mean, there's some real other enemies on this app. Yeah,
Uh,
Trip. I mean, is there any way that we could like obviously on the back end, you can't do this on the front end. There's because no shade to the looky loos. I know we love the looky loos, but the looky loos just be looking. There's no way that y'all could figure this out, like get work out the differences and just be
I
like,
mean, again, I told you before all of this stuff blew up, I reached out to Trip. Trip refused to reach back out to me before all of this even blew up. So I did my part as a grown woman. Okay. I did it. There's nothing else for me to do because she already took it to where it's at. Now, somebody asked, well, okay, well, why didn't you do the
she
other
said you never
means?
reached out to
Who
her.
said that I didn't?
Trip said that you never reached out to her.
Yes, I did. I sent you a message on Instagram. I did. That's how we were communicating with each other through the communication coalition, whatever you want to call it with a C. I sent you a message.
Mm. Maybe she didn't get it.
That
Like
ain't
maybe
my
she didn't
fault.
take it. Yeah.
If that's the way we've been communicating and then all of a sudden you don't get it, I don't know what to tell you, Bookie, um, but who says that I didn't do anything? Just because I don't come on here and tell y'all every single thing that I do does not mean I didn't do anything. And that's the issue.
Trip, do you
Nobody asked me. She could have asked me.
now, Trip, would you like to come up here and talk,
Well,
friend?
she can talk to you.
Yeah, she talked to me. She talked to me.
Yeah, because I tried to talk to her before all of this got to where it was at. Now you talking about paying for my information with the intent of doxing me. Ain't no more talking.
Okay. She said she's gonna switch pages. Okay, Trip.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and drop down then.
No, you could just wait. Give it a minute. Let her come back. Because that's the thing though. Right now, like I could see the differences. Like Trip saying, you're not. You may or may not be doing the advocacy I want you to do, like calling the numbers. But I want to know why did it get to the point where she would want to dox you? You know what I mean? Even though your life is an open book,
I'm
you
not
know.
scared to face nobody. Y'all so stupid. Never mind. I can't say that on your live. This your
No,
live.
that's
I can't
okay.
say that.
I just want you guys to
I
know it's not about being
can't say
afraid of
that.
anything. I know the people in the and let me just correct everybody
Yeah.
here. I know the people. Most of the people are not nosy bystanders. They're just live stream hoppers who hop from drama to drama to drama, who may have an inability to learn how to touch grass. But I am a person who is actively in therapy who cannot have a dysregulated system, which is listening to two people arguing back and forth. That's why you don't see me in all these spaces. And it has nothing to do with y'all and putting on a good show for y'all. While when everybody else gets dysregulated and arguing, you can go finish sucking your husband's dick at the end of the night. That's not the rest of us. Okay. Some of us have real autoimmune issues that we can't deal with hearing people hurling insults at each other. So it has nothing to do with Petty Row running and being afraid. It's simply because I created a live stream where I don't want people to argue. So
Right.
take
And
that
you've said that multiple times on
multiple
your
times.
live.
So take that. I want to see niggas claw each other's eyes out dog shit over to the Compton side of TikTok, but not over here. Because one, you shouldn't be wanting to see black people yelling at each other, because then that tells us more about you than it does about the rest of us. And for two, you should be able to respect people's spaces and saying, okay, I think it's polite for Petty Row to come down and for somebody else to come up and share their thoughts. Like y'all are just they're just sick degenerates who literally watch kittens getting stumped on for fun. Like that's the type of content they're into. I'm not into creating stuff like that, okay? So it has nothing to do with that. So
Yeah, I'm choosing to respect her. She's creating a safe space. Hell, forget y'all. She creating a safe space for herself. She said she can't handle it.
I
If I
just
want to
did.
tussle, I got my own platform and I can tussle all day long on my own platform. I ain't scared of nobody because y'all ain't got a heaven or hell to put me in. Y'all don't help me do nothing. Y'all don't take care of my children. Y'all don't help me in my business. Y'all ain't even bought a body butter. So I couldn't care less, okay, about somebody thinking that I'm scared. I don't fear nobody but God. And last time I checked, don't neither one of y'all hold that title. So
True story. True story. Yeah, and everybody knows that. The real nosy bystanders know. Yeah, that's why I have to go to therapy. Because even when I engage in yelling and barking at other people, it dysregulates me. And I don't mean that in the sense of like mental dysregulates. It literally sends my endocrine system into overdrive. Like I literally could pass out screaming at someone. So I just try not to engage in that anymore because it's not good for my health. Like I mean, if you want to see a live funeral, go ahead and let me start screaming at someone. Like I'd be like, and fall
yeah,
right over, okay? And I literally will fall right over. So I know my body, okay? So I know my body. So if that's what you want to see, then you guys are sicker than what I thought, okay? Yeah, heart start racing, and then like I feel like I'm gonna have an aneurysm. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm having an aneurysm, and it feels like I'm going to pass out. That's why I can only do it for like short bursts. You know, I can do it for short bursts. Okay. I'm
so if they say she back, I'll go ahead and drop down because
thank
unlike
you.
some people, I take care of my responsibility. My baby is getting ready for prom, so I'm finna go
Oh, can
help
you
her
send
put
me
her dress
pictures?
on. I will. She getting
Okay.
ready to put her dress on. I just
Is
got
it
her
green?
dreads
Is her
staying
dress
real
green?
good. She just got her makeup done.
Is her dress green?
It's not actually.
I thought I saw green in her hair earlier
He's
today.
got accessories that are green, and his tux is green.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm finna go handle my responsibility as a parent, going to help my children get ready for prom and make good memories out here touching grass. Not, you know what? You told me not to be. Never. I'm just finna
Okay,
go.
I'll block them. It's
I'm
okay.
just finna go. So
Just
I will
go.
see
And then
y'all in a
anybody
little
else in the
bit.
comments who my block, look, y'all, I keep my thumbs short because my block fingers are ready. So keep save your breath, okay? And that goes to the pushes too. Y'all be real nice when Trip comes up here. Don't
Yeah,
be
y'all don't
rude
be
to each
acting.
other.
And if she block you, I'm gonna block you too. Okay. So just know that, because I do got access to her block list, so I can go through and see. So if she feel like she have to block you, that means I'm gonna block you too, because you was over here acting up. So just be on notice. All right, y'all. I'm gonna be down in the comments. I'll send you pictures after a while.
Okay, bye. Tell who don't scream. Petty wasn't screaming. I'm just saying, I don't want y'all to be, don't be disrespectful to Trip and don't be disrespectful to Petty. Like, have some decorum about yourself. You know how on Sundays when y'all go to church and y'all praise and worship the Lord and y'all act like good Christians? Act like that here. Stop saving your heathenism for the internet. God can see all of that for you believers out there. God can see it all. Stop being disrespectful to Trip. Stop being disrespectful to Petty. Okay? Just stop. Like, listen to yourselves. You are the advocates for your children or your future children or your nieces, your nephews, or for your brothers and sisters. Why do you think it's appropriate to act like fucking heathens to black women? Because when you go tap dancing at work with all those white people, you don't fucking act like that. So stop acting like that over here. Oh, y'all thought because I don't let niggas fight on my panel, y'all wasn't gonna get corrected in the comments? Okay, because you thought wrong, okay? So show some goddamn respect, okay? Because y'all they be thinking they can do too much over. You can't, not too much over here, okay? Not too much over here. Because y'all thought, oh, she's not gonna yell and scream. She's all peace and love because she's got fucking, healing bracelets on her ankles. Nah, not today, okay? Show Trip some respect, okay? And show Petty Rose some respect, and show all black people in their spaces respect when you go to people's spaces, and stop acting like a bunch of fucking hooligans, okay? Stop acting like a bunch of fucking hooligans. Y'all be coming over here like, oh, she's scared. Uh-huh. That's why your mama pay your phone bill. And that's exactly why your mom pay your phone bill, because you wouldn't never say that on your own phone bill. So Trip, when you're ready, you're more than welcome to jump up and join the panel. Okay, you're more than welcome to. TikTok is it's not a real place. It's not a real place. It's not. Okay? I'm just saying. Acting like a bunch of hooligans in the chat. Nosy, everybody nosy. I know they are. Letitia, I know everybody nosy, girl. I know it. But I'm saying, I'm talking about the disrespect in the chat. Don't be disrespectful in the chat because you think, not Diamond, get out of here. Y'all just messy. Not the bone collectors. Not the bone collectors, okay? Not the bone collectors, okay? Look, y'all, don't carry no bones, okay? I'm just trying to keep the chat, because y'all keep forgetting. I can see all, I hear all, I see all, like I'm not wearing what's it called? I see you too, Bella. I see Bella with the ink pens. I see Nico. I see the bone collectors, honey. I see Poozy. I see Trina. Y'all, if y'all gonna get anything over here, I see Frankie. If y'all gonna get anything over here, you're gonna at least get a key. Okay, you're gonna at least get a motherfucking key. Okay. I see everybody in the chat. Okay. So I really wanted to hear from Trip. And she said she went to get her other page. She was to get her other page, but I don't know if she's back yet. So we'll wait. Okay, we'll wait. He said Trip doesn't come for anyone unless they come for her, and I understand that. I understand the dynamics of that, Jasmine. I appreciate you letting me know that. I'm more interested in hearing how it began and the doxing. I want to hear about that. That's those are the two things. If only if and only if, right? Those are if and only if statements, right? I don't know if you guys know that, but that's formal logic. If and only if she will allow us to. She doesn't have to. What's up? Watch me work. She doesn't have to, right? Trip is her own autonomous being. She doesn't have to share anything with us. She can have her motives and she can have her reasons and she can follow through with them. Okay. And again, that's up to her own discretion. We're a little curious. That's all. We're a little curious. Who is this? Ruin my life, ruin yours. Ooh, I don't like your name, so I'm gonna go ahead and block you. I'm sorry. Your name and imagery it was kind of weird. Okay. Your name was a little weird, so I went ahead and blocked you. You said somebody had to do something to her for her to go this far. I'm just saying. How? I guess my next question would be like, when is doxing appropriate? Or when that name was weird, y'all. But when is doxing appropriate is my question. Like when someone goes too far. Like I didn't know. I don't think Petty Rose said she doxed Trip. You said the fact that all of us have the right to dox. We all have the right to dox. Never. I don't think that's what Petty Rose stated she did. You said someone threatened to do it to you. When someone threatens to do it to you. Oh yeah. Yeah, Craves. Yeah, that's correct. You said, could someone please let me know what doxing is? It means to expose people's private information that would otherwise not be found. Doxing is releasing someone's private information that would otherwise not be found. And that doesn't mean like, even if your name showed up in the yellow or the white pages, your name can be in the white pages because that's just a matter of public record. But to expose it to a larger audience, because your name is in the white pages, is only regional to your area. Exposing your name in the white pages in the state of Georgia is fine, right? But exposing it to the state of Texas when it otherwise would not be commonplace information in Texas, that is doxing, right? So if you take public information, right? You vote in the state of Florida. That's public to the state of Florida. Taking your voting registration card and exposing it to the entire state of California is doxing. Although it is public information to the state of Florida, it's only privy to the state of Florida. It has nothing to do with the state of California. So why would you share it with the state of California? Do you understand? You said the right to our opinion. What does that mean? You said it didn't scare me at the first time. What is that? What are y'all talking about? You said, OMG, wow, I really hope these sisters get this together. I really hope so too. Malicious intent, correct. I really hope so too. That's why I really wanted to hear from Trip. What's up, Leola? You said a few people are inserting and involving themselves in comments for no reason. I think this is really a matter of like, do you guys know what anecdotal means? If you don't, I'm going to read you the definition, but I'm going to give you the layman's terms, okay? Hold on one second. So the definition of anecdotal, it's countering the effects. Oh wait, no, that's anecdote. My bad. Anecdotal. My bad. Anecdotal when in the. Hold on, y'all. All right, hold on, y'all. Y'all my business. Damn. Damn. That was better than the gift. Okay. Okay, let's get back to the definition. What do you say? Y'all shut up. Okay. Anecdotal. Anecdotal is of an account, not necessarily true or reliable because based on personal accounts rather than facts or research. So when I say something is anecdotal, it's like it's a statement in and of itself to me because I'm referencing it. Oh, hold on one second. Oh, it's Trip. Okay. We'll get back to anecdotal later. Okay, my bad. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, I've requested and I've been waiting to speak to these young ladies. Let's get real clear real quick because I work, unlike Trina. Let's be clear, I work.
Okay.
So let me address this real quick.
Okay.
In regards to Kiana had came back when I said, when we originally started the coalition, I said, Miss Nitra said, let's not platform Heartbreaker. Genty said, let's not platform Scholar Blaze. None of the rest of the people in the group had anybody else that they did not want platformed. What I said was, how about instead of bringing old people in saying not to platform them, let's start from right here. Kev the Comic said he did not want people on people's backgrounds. He did not want people's relatives in people's backgrounds and no doxing. I had never doxed anybody on this app, okay? Moving forward, I said, let's start right now and here and start putting names on it. We moved forward. I didn't even know, I didn't even speak of a Kiana during the time in which we were having a coalition. It was after that I was on Slim's panel one day. She said, Trip, I keep trying to follow you and it keeps rejecting and bouncing back. I wonder why. Slim said, that's because you're blocked, Kiana. She must have you blocked. She said, I ain't worried about being blocked. She then left that platform at that time. I didn't say anything to her. We went on Miss Nisha's platform later on that day, and she was talking about me. She went to go say something to somebody. She said, oh, yeah, and some of them over here only to get gifts. They holler and they scream in people's panels because they know that it gets them gifts, and they sitting up here on your panel. They got more gifts than you, Nitra. I bet you if you turn the gifts off, they won't want to hang with you anymore.
Hold on one second, Trip. Hold on one second. So, because I'm going to go back because I got a question about that.
Go ahead.
When
you got to be quick though, Nosy, because I'm at work.
Okay, sorry. So stressed. So when you were in Slim's live and Slim said, "Oh, then she got you blocked." Do you remember ever blocking Kiana? Or do you think it's like
yes?
Okay.
Kiana has been on plenty of platforms before. She got on a platform of one of my friends, VS Icon, and she was saying wild things, and she got blocked. She later on admitted to that on Petty Rose Live and said she does remember going up there arguing with people, so she could understand why I would have her blocked. Slim advised her, you're blocked. She went on Miss Nitra's panel later on that day and said people were trying to use Nitra for gifts, etc., etc. You can't even see what the host is receiving, so who knows if I had more gifts than Nitra. When she said that, I said, ha ha, I started laughing. She then was speaking to a man on the panel, and she said, me and him didn't start off getting along. Kev the comic said, I'm not surprised. I said, wouldn't you? I said, no, I wrote, I'm not surprised. Kev said, you wouldn't say. I said, I'm not surprised. She then said, oh, Trip is down there talking about me. I got something for her. I'm about to skip trace her.
I was in that live. That's why I remember that.
Yeah, she said she was going to skip trace me. All of Miss Nitra's mods heard it, including the baby shaker Mario. Her other mod heard it. All of the comments heard it. When I said it to Nitra, Nitra got up and walked away from the screen. And that was said. I said, Nitra, this woman is actively asking to skip trace me. And you're saying that's not a problem. At that point in time, I still didn't think anything of it. I went into the Bone Collectors live, and they said, Trip, we want to bring it to your attention. This woman has been actively in our inbox paying to get your address and your full name. And I said, why? And then she turned around. She didn't have an excuse for it. But she had been actively in people's DMs asking for my full name and address. I've never doxed anybody, never went after anybody. It was after that on Bigo, my chat gave me her information. And I'd be damned if I didn't post it. Posted it every chance I got because that's what seemed to get her up off of me. And she is in the state of Georgia. Conyers, Georgia, to be specific. She turned around. So yes, she did get doxxed. Her name, her husband's name, her phone number, and all of this is really public record because look what she posted on her page, calling herself a realtor, a licensed broker, a licensed agent. But just to give you a history on Kiana, there was a lady named Bumpers that came up on Petty Rose page and said she doxed my friend. She doxed Slim's middle name and Kev the Comics Live, and Kev the Comics moderators muted her. She then turned around and tried to pay for my address. She then turned around and called Petty Rose broker and got Petty Row released. She then turned around and exposed Kev the Comics criminal history, turned around and put out his ex-wife's information.
Oh my.
Yeah, turned around and told who paid for the woman to go to school, etc., etc. Trina's in the comments acting like, oh, doxing is so bad. So why did you allow the woman to offer you K-Dub's address? When you got into it with K-Dub, Trina, why did you allow her to give you K-Dub's address if you thought doxing was so foul? Let's just be clear about it. Not Nosybystander. Petty Rose then turned around saying she offered to contact me. So let me be clear because I'm not a liar and I don't want to make her out to be. Petty Rose said, well, when Kiana did that, when I saw Kiana in Petty Rose chat, I was over there. I said, oh, you may want to watch that one because we're talking about the coalition and not having people up to dox. This woman, this was way before I found out she was paying for my information. Said this woman's been out here trying to dox people. She's been doing A, B, and C. No, I take that back. She was trying to pay for my information at that time. Petty Rose said, oh, you know what Petty Rose did? She then brought her up on the panel to be platformed. And it was not even 24 hours later after that, she turned around and called Petty Rose broker. Now, Petty claims she took Team Trip. And that's not what I heard. Because when she said, y'all can call the commission, y'all can call the real estate agent, the board, we ain't worried about it. In fact, tell the people how she started putting the number to the commission down in Petty Rose chat, begging people to call, saying her job was not going to be affected. Let's talk about that. And then she turned around. Petty Rose said, well, I'm not going to call nobody's job. I'm not going to call her job because I don't need nothing from her. And Petty Rose also brought a moderator up who started playing music as I was talking. I said, so I'm talking about being doxxed, and you would bring your moderator up to play Lil Boosie Set It Off, talking about this is Trip's mood for the day. Wouldn't that be your mood if somebody was trying to dox you, all because you had them blocked on your page? Petty Rowe turned around and said, oh, I didn't mean it like that. You can call me later if you want to discuss anything or anything like that. I didn't mean it like that. Petty Rowe didn't reach out to me, and Petty Rowe was not blocked for several days. It was maybe a week later that I blocked Petty Rowe on Instagram.
Now
So
she stated she reached out to you on Instagram. She did not reach out to you on
she did not.
Instagram?
She told me I could contact her. She did say on her live, on her TikTok live, she said Trip can contact me if she has any questions or concerns. She can talk to me on the back end. I'm not going to do this. She did say that. She did not write me on Instagram. She said I could contact her. And I did not contact her because just like she didn't need anything further, I had heard all I needed to hear from her and I didn't need anything further. She then turned around and said, oh, I didn't say I wasn't going to call. I didn't need to call her. I didn't need to call her and get anything from her because I was going to reach out on the back end. And then the following day, if that's really where your heart and your morals was, why was it the following day she then turned around and said, well, Trip was in the coalition saying she wasn't going to support nobody, so she don't need nobody to support her. She said she wasn't going to help nobody or not platform nobody, so why do people need to assist her? Let me
Now,
be very
hold on
clear.
one second, Trip. Now, I don't know if you were in the live when Petty Rose here earlier, but I did play devil's advocate on that because I actually disagree with it. I understand that you stated that you didn't need no protection because you're not about to be out here protecting anyone if they out here doing fuck shit. But
Exactly.
technically, hold on, but technically, you didn't do anything to Kiana for Kiana to hurl what she was hurling at you. So in my personal opinion, right? I feel like you should have been protected because you didn't do anything to a woman who sounds like she's kind of off her rocker. Is that making sense?
It makes absolute sense to me. And the
Right.
crazy part is, a Petty Rowe is saying, they're all saying, well, Trip needed protection. Trip needed protection. It's funny that Trip needed protection, but Trip is the only one that ain't been doxxed yet. She didn't call Petty Rowe's place. Kev the comic, I went on his live and said, hey, you may not want a platformer. That woman doxes. He said, hang a tight a tick or two, Trip. And he turned around and brought her up. And the next Sunday, she turned around and gave all his information and his ex-wife's information. But people can continue to platform her. I have nothing against it, but everybody that's platformed her after I said something has
Now,
turned
why?
around and she's pulled something on them.
Why do you think everyone's platforming her?
Perhaps, I don't know. Maybe it's the spite Trip, but all of them are the ones who end up getting doxxed right after they have her do it, or right after they bring her up.
Now let's get to the part where I want to fast forward a little bit because I know you're at work. Let's get to the part where about Nitra. Now, did you dox Nitra?
Oh, I absolutely did. I absolutely did.
Why?
And I'm going to get to that. Miss Nitra decided after she was brought into the group chat, Nitra turned around and told the individuals, hold on one second.
Mm-hmm. No, the nails long, Trip. Them nails sound long, girl.
No, I just typed that. Nitra turned around. Let me just be very clear about Miss Nitra. Miss Nitra turned around immediately when I got into it. Nitra got into it with Aries from $2 Crew. She had been into it with Aries. At first, I allowed them to have an open dialogue on my platform. I then told Miss Nitra, because she was running every time she saw Aries on the platform, if Aries is bothering you, Miss Nitra, you can say something and I'll step up and stop it. Miss Nitra turned around. Oh, yes, honey, that's a good to me. And she would turn around and then she began to be the aggressor, targeting Aries every time she saw Aries on a platform, following Aries around, trying to argue with Aries. If I and Aries were having words, she would turn around and insert herself to try to be problematic. She then turned around when Kiana said that she was trying to skip trace me in her live. Nitra intentionally played blind. And to confirm that again, yesterday she went on Petty Rose live and said, oh yeah, as a 48-year-old woman at the time, I didn't want to be involved. But that's not what Nitra told me. Nitra said, I'm not going to be in. I don't know what's going on. I missed it, Trip. I didn't see nothing. When trying to be educated about the situation, she got up and walked away from her screen. She ignored it, but then she still wanted somebody to protect her against Aries. Nitra also was not originally invited to Kev the Comics 15 people coalition. And I said, what about Miss Nitra? Can she come? And you know what she did? She waited until she got in and then turned around right before the second meeting and said, everything gonna have to come to the light. Everything. I need everybody to cam up from now on. I need to know who I'm dealing with. And I said, I find that strange because everybody that you can see that you've been dealing with has been royally screwing you. Heartbreaker threw you a whole funeral and you know what she looked like. You've been into it with Tea Time and Chef. You know what they look like. But ain't nobody step for you like I'll step for you. And you don't know what I look like. But you're advocating for me to turn my camera on. I would be damned if I turn my camera on to assist you. All the people that you can see have been doing you wrong. If I'm MIA, but I'm the only one protecting you, and you trying to throw me under the bus. She tries to be slick and she tries to be conniving. She thought it was funny. She set up yesterday on the 18th, 2 days ago, on the 18th, unprovoked, mentioned me, Aries, and $2 for absolutely no reason on Aries' birthday. Called us all type of names, talked about my lights was off and I sit in the dark. Miss Nitra ain't never seen me on camera. So how the hell would you know if my lights were on or off? Clearly my cell phone don't run off solar power. But she swore up and down she had all this to say. So you're damn straight. They threw Nitra a funeral, and I threw her 76-year-old ass a birthday party.
So you're saying that the reason you doxed Nitra is because now
Nitra and I sure let me put it this way, Nosy.
Listen, I just
I'm
want
not hold on. I'm at work and I have to go. I'm not looking for sympathy or to really explain. If you're asking, did I release her information?
No,
I absolutely did.
I was making a point that, like, I'm not saying I don't condone doxing. I do not, absolutely do not.
That's fine.
Sharing people's private information.
And I had never done it until Kiana attempted to dox me. But now they can see what I'm working with.
Trip. I'm not here to play whataboutism, but I'm saying I was in that live when Nitra turned her back on that woman trying to skip trace you. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. And it could have been completely absolved had she had admonished that type of behavior. Like, I'd have stepped away from my camera, but that does not give you, Kiana, the right to attempt to skip trace someone in my live stream. That could have ended all of that very quickly, and it didn't occur. And I thought that was very disingenuous on Nitra's part. Now, I'm not saying what you did after.
She's done other things, and she's done other things. You see what I mean? Go ahead.
But I think that could have prevented a lot of stuff from happening after the fact. Right? Like, I feel like it could have prevented a lot of Kiana's warpath. Like, it would have stopped her warpath on a lot of people very early on, had people dealt with it when they dealt. Like, if somebody was attempting to dox Kiana in my comments, I'll block them and this live would have been over. It wouldn't, because again, I don't make money on live streams, you guys. So I don't have anything to gain by continuing the fuck shit, if that makes sense. So I'm not saying, oh, this is equal to what Trip did. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying one predicated the other. Had Nitra put a stop to what occurred, because I watched it and I was like, am I crazy, or is this woman trying to skip trace this woman in this live stream? And Nitra just whatever she was doing, and I'm like,
those are other things, Nosy. So because they love to bring people accountable, I see Trina, she keeps trying to involve herself, and I'm confused. When you're living in trash up to your waistline, you have your minor child living with your trick of 6 years, living in squandrel with no running water, and you're hopping around on the internet begging people for 2 years straight. You probably shouldn't be off in my business. You probably shouldn't be worried about me. When you're on Greyhound buses dragging your daughter from Ohio to Houston, Texas, you shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing, because that's not your business. And we can continue to move forward. You can continue to move forward. She didn't want the girl K-Dub to give her a place to stay because she wanted to continue to run around other people's dock. Then she had the nerve the other day when I said I felt bad. Ask Trina about that. When I said I feel bad about going at it with Miss Nitra, ask my big old chat, because I was going to Miss Nitra's live to apologize to her when she snapped on me and went in.
yeah.
So when she did that, yes, all gloves were off. But Nitra was actually apologized to. I went to go apologize to Nitra. Ask the chat. But it was that simple engagement. So Trina, you can stay in back, okay? You and all the Mortal Kombat having your child play hidden temple games to get to the bathroom because you got your house filled with trash while you're going out in the hallway to get on live. You can stop addressing me. I'm not apologizing to you or your child. Get it out the mud. And clearly, I think you know how. Who's next? Because I think they all continue to do this, and we don't have to play the rigmarole. I'm tired of all of them. Nitra has the nerve to platform. She says she doesn't want Heartbreaker platform, yet her moderator shook his own flesh and blood child until the child passed away. Shook the child so bad the child had to have a stent placed. They removed the stent, and days later the child passed because they said that the shaking of the child, and the child was shook again. You know what? Have you heard that recording?
I didn't hear the recording, but I read the article. I actually did.
So they have a recording yesterday of Nitra on there stating, I don't care about no baby, F a baby. Her then friend Glam sat up there and said, F a baby, forget a baby. They can grape a baby, they can harm a baby, because it ain't their baby. Have that recording played. Because see, ain't none of them innocent. So let's go ahead and play that recording.
Okay. I didn't see that recording. I know it does exist. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
not I know it exists, but I did read the article about the moderator gentleman who unalived his child. I did.
Yes. And Petty Rowe decides that she's going. So I did have it out with Petty Rowe when she sat up there and said, I'm going to call. And she said, I'm not going to call because I don't need nothing from her. Then it switched from that to, oh, I wasn't going to call because I was going to do something on the back end. And then it switched to 24 hours later. She sat up and said, oh, I'm not going to call because she said she don't need no support. So regardless if she needed support or not, if you knew it was wrong, you weren't going to call. But it's okay because karma came around and bit her real quick. She turned around and was taking up for Kiana, allowed Kiana up on the platform, set up here and laugh, talking about how, girl, send me the money if I can find you saying that you was trying to pay for trip information. And she found it. Her comments sent it to her. Petty Rowe read it. They turned around and played music and laughed while I was up there explaining the situation. And within 24 hours from my situation with Kiana, Kiana said, you know what? Petty Rowe and them pushers, them bullies, turned around and said she was going to call on them. And she did. She also sent Petty Rowe a nice long message talking about, you retract your statements or I'm going to be going to your broker on you. Yeah, she sure did. She did.
So what led you to wanting to dox Petty Rowe? That
What
that
led to Petty? Yeah, let's go back. What led to Petty Rowe? Petty Rowe turned around and platformed Miss Nitra to sit up and discuss me, Tea Time, Aries, and a few other people yesterday. And after she did that, oh yeah, Trip did say that. I ain't spoke on Petty Rowe in weeks. So for Petty Rowe to be up here, not only platforming but co-signing and trying to disrespect somebody, I said it's funny when other people get doxxed. How about you? I said you were running when Heartbreaker talked about you. You were running when your cousin got platformed and we're talking about you. How about we bring your cousin up and let your cousin give out your address? Now let's see if you still think it's funny. How about I pay your cousin and have her dox you? Now let's see if that's funny. And I'm not no runner. I'm gonna stand on everything I said. I sure did say that. If you think it's funny, you want to play music when other people are being doxxed, you want to keep bringing Nietzsche up there to talk down on somebody, you think you want to be involved, now you can have an active role. Let's go find your cousin and let your cousin dox you. Let's see how you feel about it.
do
Yeah,
you
and I didn't play doxing games until I ran into these weird bitches on here, like that one that keeps stalking me, the lady Kiana. But since that's how they play, when in Rome, I do what the Romans do. So you want to dox me? You want to give out my address? You want to pay people for my address? We got my comments. Put yours out. Nietzsche turned around, did the same thing. She wanted to turn around. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Kiana ain't done nothing wrong. Good. So then it's not wrong when your information's released, right? And I wouldn't be the first one to do it. What did Trina tell me in the comments? She claiming doxing is wrong, but she was the same one in Tea Time's panel the other day talking about, oh, Trip ain't doing nothing new. Heartbreaker already did that. Come harder. Wasn't you the same one talking about Heartbreaker already doxed Nitra? I need to come harder. Wasn't that you, Trina? But now today, doxing is wrong. I don't want to hear nothing coming from your unemployed mouth. Nothing.
Okay, so just kind of disregard, no shade, Trina, but just shut up for a second, okay? Like I'm trying to get some resolve here, and Trina, I got it. That's just a story in and of itself, okay? It's, Trip,
They can
like
go and shut TikTok down. These hoes ain't fucking with me. I said it.
they probably won't shut TikTok down. The entity is
Yeah,
just too
well,
big.
we'll all be here then.
Yeah. So what I mean, like, is there any resolve to
There's
any of
no
this?
resolve. I don't have anything to say to Petty Rose. She's not a friend of mine. She's
I
clearly
mean, with
aligned
with
herself,
nature
and she
too.
can
I'm
stay
talking
where she
about with
at.
I'm talking about with Nitra and with any of the
Oh,
situations.
absolutely not, because Nitra has definitely shown signs. And you can ask anybody who used to go on her panel. I used to be in Nitra's panel daily. She'd come to mine. I talked
Mhm.
to her. I was cool with her, had her number off the app, no issue. Showed her the utmost respect, never disrespected her. And even now, the way I talk to people, I haven't talked to her. But she continues to push it. I don't even know what instigated her to wake up on the 18th and start speaking to me. I ain't spoken to this woman in weeks. They've been
Mhm.
dragging this woman for her hair and everything. I ain't spoke on her. I'm
Yeah.
at work though. I'm gonna go on mute. Go ahead, Nosy. My bad.
Okay. Okay. No, that's okay. That's okay. 'Cause I know you're working. I just like because I'm just saying like uh, a lot of this could because I see all the trickle, right? Because I'm not in any of this mess, but I see all of the trickle. Like I see like, damn, had this person did this could have been prevented, but then this person did this and then this person did that and now this person has done this. I'm just saying like I feel, and this is just my personal beliefs, you guys. I want to make sure this is clear in the comments because I know how y'all like to get your panties in a bunch, but this is just how I personally feel. A lot of this could be resolved with just everyone talking on the back end and expressing how they feel. Because if we all just listen to how we feel and then acknowledge that, okay, I fucked up, okay, she fucked up, okay, we fucked up, and then just move, as they say, move around, right? And just move around. There's so many. Like I have, and I tell people this all the time. I have so many stories that I cover on a daily basis. Some I don't never get to, that need to be covered, and that you guys, all of you, that includes Nitra, Tea Time, Petty Row, what was I call you? About to call her Trippy Red Trip. I've seen you guys cover so extensively and robustly. I told everybody I was mutuals with Petty Row when she had talked about this. I think this viral story about this guy on Craigslist, and then I had followed Trip when she started doing those live streams about Lashandra and Rayshandra. And so her life, and I was telling people this because we were like, well, where did Trip come from? I'm like, y'all don't know, but Trip was on the other side of the app covering major stories. Like that was her live stream, major stories that was busting out 20, tell them Trip, 20, 30,000 people live streams. Like it wasn't no kid shit. It was like real nigga shit. I said, that's how I found Trip, because she would cover these major headline news stories. But it wasn't just that. The people who were connected to those stories would sit down and let Trip interview them. I was like, damn, this lady, like, she'd be getting to the stories, and I'd just be watching as a nosy bystander, and I would watch. And so I've seen you guys cover these well-rounded, robust stories that need coverage, that you guys have the insight to cover because you know how to lead panels, you know how to ask questions, you know how to follow leads and follow up with people. And oh, let me get to the cousin. Okay, let's see if the cousin can go live. Okay, let's get the cousin to 1,000 likes or to 1,000 followers so we can get the cousin on live and we can talk to him. Y'all have so much talent for this app, and just seeing everybody just tearing, I know I've been in therapy, y'all, seeing each other tearing each other apart, I feel like it's just not useful to any of you when I've seen the work that all of you do individually. I've seen the work. It's not a mystery. It's not, oh, someone sent me a live of a live of a live. No, I've seen Tea Time at work. I've seen Nitra at work. I've seen Petty Row at work. I've seen Trip at work. I've seen you guys do what you're crafted to do very well. And so having everybody just argue and stuff like that, I'm like, you're wasting time because there's so many great stories that could be covered. You know what I mean? Like people are like foaming at the mouth to get into these Twitter spaces that I've seen like carry about 100,000 people just to talk about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So imagine you guys coming together to do, not coming together, but just hosting lives like that, or people talking about all of these different like trending topics. And I know that you guys could excel at, you know, instead of fighting with each other, because I feel like a lot of what you guys say, it has a lot to do with how you guys feel, how each other has made each other feel, that you guys could like fix. I feel like, and I know it's just like, even if you never talk to each other again, whatever, but I feel like a lot of you guys could really just, it's a house divided. It is a house divided. It is. Especially when I've seen all of you at work. You know what I mean? Like I've literally seen it with my own eyes. I am not a hater to none of it because y'all can lead panels like no other, but I've seen all of you at work having these very thought out, well-rounded conversations about various trending topics and stories, and it's just heartbreaking to see it because I'm like, you know,
I do understand what you're stating. Yes, when you have educated Black people continuously going at it, you feel as though our talents could be used on something else. And to keep it a whole buck with you, I get more viewers talking about celebrity cases than I do these
you.
individuals here on TikTok. But what I won't do is be bullied when I clearly state. And what I'm saying is, I didn't ask them, hey, let's come in a group and put in names of people who we don't like, because that was what Nitra stated. Let's not platform Heartbreaker. That is what Genty stated. Let's not platform Blaze and Scala. I didn't ask for anybody not to be platformed. I said, let's start from right here, right now, today, and create a standard of what we want platform. Now, at the time, those people were all in a group. And when I said this woman is doxing, they said, oh, okay, they didn't take my word for it. And then she came up and showed them what she was working with. So I'm not understanding where the real issue came in. Bullock, I see you down there. You keep making comments too. Please don't get added to the list again. Please don't. But as I stated, they continue to do that. And I don't know if it's because then they sit up and they like to body shame. They love to talk about you. These are grown women in their 40s who sit up and talk about people in their 20s and 30s. They talk about anybody attractive. They talk about anybody that's not obese. They have everything to say about women who have their figures together, women who have attractive faces. They are very, very highly upset that you won't come on camera and expose yourself. Why would somebody come on camera with them after they've seen you guys call jobs, call houses, swat people? Who would actually come on live and sit up with you individuals? I'm just curious about that. And then they keep saying, "Well, Trip, you docs." I sure did. After I saw where I was at in Rome, I definitely changed up my appetite. Sure did. And Trina's on there like, "Oh well, she said this about me." You don't argue with me about my standards when you don't even have the standard of providing your daughter appropriate housing.
Just
Yeah, it's unnecessary though to continue.
It
Every
is
time she sees the
unnecessary, and
platform,
I've already
she
asked.
continues to run it, and I'm not understanding what's going on with her. What don't you get that you continue to think it's a good idea for you to come at me? You don't provide housing for your daughter. You have your daughter living with a trick of yours of 6 years, and you want to talk to me about anything. What is there to discuss?
Yeah, Trina, let me just say this, Trip. Let me correct it. Trina, look, I know you might have some qualms with Trip. This is not the space to let it out, okay? I can only do one nigga at a time, okay? So, Trina, love you, girl. But if you continue, I'm gonna have to mute you. And you're more than welcome to come in the box and talk what your issue is, but just stop in the a lot of you in the comments, and I'm trying to be fair, and I'm blocking as many of you as I can, but come on, y'all, I'm trying to be fair, but like, stop waiting until people's hands are fucking tied. You see Trip is up here, like, you stop waiting until people's hands are tied. And y'all did the same with Petty Rose. Stop waiting until niggas hands are tied so you can just, oh, let me just hurl the insults at them. Be fucking for real. Like, obviously I'm not going to let anybody in the box so they can jump each other. But if you want to come up and air your grievances out, do it one at a time. But if not, just shut the
Oh,
fuck
I was gonna
up.
say I would not dare be on a panel with her.
I would never
Once again,
panel.
and I
I'm not a panel bitch, so I can't
yeah,
even.
and
I don't
I'm
even got
I'm
the
not the kind of
regulation for
person.
that.
I don't understand when people are begging for 2 years straight. Trina couldn't even tell you where the money resided, could she? She couldn't even
Trip,
answer you and
trip.
tell you where the money resided.
I already trip. In all fairness, I already. That's why you want me.
5K, 6K, two
I
years.
know.
Where is that?
I already talked to Trina. If Trina wants to come up here after you're done
Oh,
stating
please, by all
yourself,
means. I've
but
said all I needed to say on the ladies. You can go on ahead. And I'm going to still call them ladies as much as I don't like them. I'm going to still call. I'm not going to. I have all said all I needed to say on those women, those ladies. If you want to bring this young animal up, by all means, I can remove myself for you to do that. But I'm not interested in having conversations with
no,
deadbeat
I don't want
mothers.
anyone talking to anyone. Okay, so
Oh,
you're
yeah, I'm not
don't worry
interested in
about that.
talking
Okay,
to that.
I'm not gonna do you
I'm
like that because I know some people, some foul ass bitches who wait till you in the box and they start letting all your ops up. I'll
Yeah.
never do that. Okay, I got
But
you. I
yeah,
got
that's all I had to say on it, Nosy. By all means, if she wants to come up and tell the people where the money resides, please bring her up. Because I saw she got bucked with you when you asked her, Trina, where's the money? Nosy, is you going to put me in a place? Nobody's going to sponsor a grown woman that can get up off her ass and work like the rest of us. So please don't ask us to. Nobody's interested in paying your bills for the next 2 years. It's not an interest of ours. We can get up and work, and so can you. This is the same woman that has an open case for assaulting a pregnant woman, right? She couldn't afford to live in Ohio and then went down to Houston, Texas, thinking she's going to survive there. Didn't you jump on a pregnant woman? Don't you have an open case for that? Weren't you stealing TVs out of a hotel room, tucking them under your arm like a clutch purse? I think you need to go sit
okay.
down.
Okay, Trish. I
Okay, I'm going to
appreciate
go on and drop now, Nose. You have a good day. I'll be in the
you.
comments.
Have a good day. Okay.
All righty.
All right. Bye bye. Y'all, I'm just trying to get y'all to. Trina, you're more than welcome to come up here, but y'all, I can't have y'all tuss. Come on, like, come on, y'all. My lip fillers are looking good, huh, y'all? I got lip fillers. They look cute. Yeah. Were they too expensive? Okay. Okay. I'm letting y'all up one at a time. One at a time. After this, I have to take myself to lunch. Okay, Trina. Now, Trina, you was
Don't be too long.
hold on, Trina. Now